Very prospect in Inferno was a nail biter for all concerned.
Oh god. Nice shot from Rain. He had a hell of a match on Inferno towards the end. Really bailed FaZe out of horrible positions, but the trade is there from Robson. Now it's Nico's time to shine.
Nico on the A site may end up being a problem for Mousesports. A site was heavily defended in the buy rounds on previous Mirages where FaZe were on a CT side in this tournament. So maybe Mousesports will head towards B more often. But first, they need to complete this pistol run. Oscar switching to the burst fire, not quite getting anything done though. There's a kill. He's got one bullet left and he manages to find it. Olofmeister now versus Oscar. Oscar's out, he's exposed, and he will get taken down through the corner of the boxes. Pistol goes to FaZe.
And no bomb plant as well for Mousesports, so force buy for them. And it better go well, because if it doesn't, FaZe are going to build up a lot of money. They're going to have a lot of freedom to get the AWP on Guardian ASAP. And even if they don't have the AWP on Guardian as soon as possible, just, again, having the advantage in weaponry and all the space to work with on Mirage, CT side, it's going to be interesting to see what FaZe can do with that advantage.
I'm so glad Oscar did not force buy with his team. I think on other maps, in other situations, against other opponents, he may force buy against a team, but Mousesports understand the importance of the AWP ASAP, as you just mentioned for FaZe, but also for Mousesports. Olofmeister seeing no action towards mid. Sensing some potential weakness perhaps towards B. He'll flash for his teammate Karrigan, who sees nothing, but Stiko is close. So Karrigan can't get too greedy.
It's a good start from Rain. This is all about finding the one-shots here from Mousesports. So far, nothing is going their way. FaZe playing this very well. They're not giving up any peeks to the Deagles. They understand what is at play. They know what Mousesports are trying to do. And they're going to force Mousesports into a position where time just forces them into very advantageous engagements for the FaZe defenders. That could have been an opportunity, but that's very hard, very awkward for Chris J. Spotted out. Lots of info here for FaZe. Karrigan spots two more, so they've got a really good understanding as to the movement from Mousesports now.
I like that Karrigan backed up. He saw there were two players. He's very likely to go down in that situation with the UMP, especially not the fastest fire rate in the world, so he just plays it safe. Rain taken down. A gap in the defenses. Sunny delivers a second kill, looking for a third. Got to be careful now. How does the bomb get down though? The bomb still has to make its way to the site. Sunny with this Deagle, opening up jungle, spotting a player in CT, but the bomb's not at an angle to get planted just yet. Now it is. How is Olofmeister the only person left?
Deagles, they're very strong. Sunny doing so much damage. He is dead now, but perhaps Oscar and Stiko can take the baton and pass it over the finish line here. Olofmeister picks off Stiko. Oscar left with the Deagle forcing him close. And he'll start to make his way. And Olof spots a foot. And it's an easy finish with the M4. You can see that damage is going to be very impactful here. And having a bomb plant to go with it too. There is a world where Mousesports force buy in this next round. I don't know if it's a good decision, but it is a viable one because they know the economy of FaZe is going to be quite weakened, and they will be able to, with Oscar having $5,000, they'll actually be able to have rifle, at least a rifle or two.
I think this will be crazy. In the last map of the grand finals, while there is a play to be had, maybe in the first map, in the last map, no way. It'll be. The thing is, it would tilt them so much if they lost, which they probably would. There's like 70% chance or more that they would lose in that situation.
Yes, it's one of those spots where it's kind of like very specialist. If you're maybe Gambit, they have these particular rounds, for example, where you have an AK or two and some pistols, and they can play very well with it. But Mousesports are going for the safe choice. Well, I mean, maybe you just need Deagles. It's going well for them again. Stiko this time opens it up.
They go 2 versus 1 here. Is that enough? I don't think it is for FaZe. 3 on 3 now. Nico's picking up the AWP. An MP9 onto Sunny. The bomb's making its way towards A, but there's still a player on short in Karrigan as well. So A is a really bad choice for Mousesports, but of course they might not know that quite yet. One player spotted making his way out of connector. Olofmeister's ready. Spotting a second player, but how is this Deagle doing so much damage? Karrigan's still in the short position, or the connector rather. Stiko, 1 versus 2. He can make the gauntlet run, but where will he go? He's got a HE grenade. He could try... He could throw the HE grenade deep as a desperate attempt at cover. Bringing up some dirts, but they did great damage again with minimal investment, and now the big buy comes in from Mousesports.
Sunny, we saw him be a bit of a slow starter on Nuke. Has a few good rounds on Inferno, but he's really hitting it hard at the moment on Mirage in the first few rounds. So much economic damage done. There's just nothing left for FaZe after they full buy here, and Mousesports have the AWP onto Oscar. I mean, you're talking about it a lot, James. I can't wait to see what he's able to accomplish. Sometimes you don't get much to flick. That was the opportunity. I doubt FaZe will give him another peek there.
Yeah, a lot of snipers like the B spawn. If CT tries to jump on the boxes, it does not leave them in a good position if a sniper has a good spawn towards B. JDM likes to take that peek, so does Alu. So does Oscar, it seems. You can get a CT to boost you under the balcony. I think it's a bit faster than the boxes, but it's not a very common play these days. 3 players in the A site for FaZe, but NiKo's starting to rotate away from the A site. And again, there were some comments from the analysts as to how strong this A site can be. As we saw in previous matches. Rob still lurking on the ramp. He's the lurker for Mousesports. Big presence in mid from the Mousesports side. Lots of time on the clock, but NiKo's on the hunt.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It's very common for a CT to actually be left in that position, so that's why the Molotov went there. Oh, it's really going to be a bit annoying, but at least they traded out. That's actually okay. Here, 30 seconds to go. They start to make their move towards the A site, but Guardian, do they have anything to deal with him? He will whiff the first shot there, so there is some space to be gained. Rain loses a 1v1, and now there's a chance for Mousesports.
Guardian going for a timing shot. Chris J, is he exposed? Can he stop the bomb? No, but he can get the kill. Carrigan down in the meantime, and Guardian will be dispatched of a successful first buy round for Mousesports. FaZe had so much information there. They saw the bomb when NiKo got traded from mid into CPL. His shadow was seen on the ramp position, and so that's a lot of info for FaZe. But it was a crucial miss from Guardian in the connector area. I think he may have strafed just before taking the shot. That is a huge frag from Oscar in the short position as well. And because of all the damage Mousesports did in the previous 2 rounds, pistols all ready for FaZe.
Envious Style just maxed out the Mag 10s. Triple Mag 10, B-Rush, no stop. Nice grenade here. Carrigan's going to get a bit of a knock from that one, down to 47, and Mag 10 should do the rest. And they will. Oh my god, Olaf gets 2. That's a bit outrageous. NiKo's in with the pistol as well. Actual problems starting to happen here. This should not have happened at all. But all of a sudden it's Oscar for the clutch, 1v1. Glock in hand. And NiKo waits with the Eagle. What a menacing presence he is providing. Oh, that is great from Oscar. Oh, stone cold.
Through the wall and still one shot. NiKo had armor as well, so that was a very close one. Must have been just tickling the corner of the wall there. Crisis averted. They win the round, and at that point, that's all that's going to matter. Yeah, very edge of the wall there, as you see. Focused is Oscar. Olofmeister, though, looking very dangerous with that CZ. 9 kills in 5 rounds for Olofmeister. We will keep an eye on how that continues. USPs for FaZe, and they will stack the A bomb site. Rops again lurking towards A. Sees no aggression in Palace just yet, and he's starting to head back to see if anybody is in the lower area, and he will find a lot of people there. Or will he? Will they continue around the corner? Yes, there's one. And there is 2. Down to 23 HP. Will this speed up things for his teammates, though? Repositioning and reloading. He spotted one of the last 2 players, and now Mousesports may simply move into the B bomb site. Rob's got to be careful. He will die, but the round is Mousesports'.
So they will actually steal the AK, which is a bit sad, but how much do Mousesports commit here? I mean, you can see the money kind of sucks. It's kind of fine to allow an AK to go to their opponents now, you know, because you don't really want to lose more than 1 player going for it. There is a Mag 10 on Sunny, so he's a great candidate for it. And Olaf actually going proactive, that will be the end of him. So 3-3, things equalized, and again, it's good to see that after a very, very scary phase start, Mousesports fight back here. So it really allows us to have more of a game on our hands. Both teams, or rather, sorry, FaZe right now looking pretty poor on the money.
Rescuing the AK as well. They essentially lose around $1,000 in that round because Mirage is not particularly the map where you want to continue with Mac 10s and so on. And maybe you go to the underpass towards Connector and around where you know helmets are lacking, but there aren't many places where you will find favorable range. Sunny quickly behind the smoke on the short position. CPL will get smoked off. Will there be a smoke for Connector as well? Even with a smoke, they'll have to clear it out, but that kind of smoke you normally see from a CT side. Nico in a very unorthodox position. Will he be spotted, however? Again, that's going to make all of Mousesports' grenades dissipate. They have 2 more, however. We'll see how they choose to use them. Nico finally taken down. Rob still looking towards Palace. Will it be an A push from Mousesports?
Yeah, you can see that FaZe don't want to really give up middle. They wanted to keep challenging it. So very crucial frag that Sunny made before a play could happen from FaZe, where someone pop flashes Nico or similar. And now Guardian, another whiff from him, and he doesn't get, rather, Rain doesn't get an opportunity to do much. Guardian, he can't be missing these shots right now. His teammates are dying all around him, and there's no trade, no answer. The no-scopes come in, it's just not really working. Quick scopes, no-scopes, nothing connects. Another round for Mousesports, and they survive with 4 players. That's a very strong start. Look at the growth of their economy.
What is going on with Guardian?
Yeah, he's missing a lot. He was looking great on Inferno.
He's missing everything. He's not missing a lot, he's missing everything. He's missing all the things.
Wow.
So I'm curious if Mousesports will continue to focus on A. There was an early rotation from FaZe of a player from the B bomb site as well, but it wasn't enough. But I mean, a Guardian seems to be a big part of that problem because he's just not connecting with anything. There are other players who can pick up the mantle, but I'm sure he will continue as the primary sniper. Now, some people say that mid is not an area you want to hold for too long in a round such as this, where FaZe may come in and out and pepper you. So let's see how this continues for Mousesports.
And that is case in point, I think. You know, you give more time and opportunities for peaks and potential engagements. You want to be the guys taking the action. And as FaZe try to take more action, they get absolutely annihilated. And Sunny should have this last kill. Continuation spray will do the damage as Carrigan makes his way forwards. It's a close miss through the smoke. There's definitely damage to be had here from Carrigan. The bomb is making its way safely for a plant onto B.
This is so awkward because the one person you have in mid kind of needs to protect the weapons that are still down, but Oscar has the AWP. He is not the man you want in that situation. You want a rifler in case he goes down. Oscar tries to escape, knowing that he wants to bring that weapon away. Worst case scenario, costs him his life, but again, Mousesports win the round. Then the money's still good, so it'll do. It will do. Double snipers now for FaZe, Guardian and Olofmeister.
And this is where things get really interesting. There's so many AWPing options on this map on CT side. It makes it really fun to play. Oh, this is a good answer to double ops. Set piece, just straight away. Obscure vision, close distance, make things awkward for the AWPs.
Streaming in. Where are the grenades? Oh, is it going to be a CT push? Well, the bomb is there on its own. Was that a plant attempt? I don't know from Chris J. But that needs to be solved. It needs to be resolved quickly. Lovely shot from Sunny. He's having a good game. T close to Rain. Rain is still a problem, though. There are 2 CTs here now. And there are no more... there's a flashbang. That's going to be massive. Does Tico realize that Rain was close? He will deal with it anyway. Guardian now alone. Can't really do much in this situation, apart from try to preserve what he has. Look at that lack of money. This is a roaring start for Mousesports.
It's so good to see Sunny having such an impact in this game so far. Like, it really feels like, again, on Nuke and Inferno, Sunny we didn't really see him get as many spots as we did on some of the other maps this tournament, like the train. But he just absolutely demolished the rotation there. He just crushed 2 1v1s. And FaZe, if they just win that 1v1, they can have a player in connector. Then all of a sudden, they can really work off of the fact that bomb is dropped. But then, with no presence coming from connector, there's all the time in the world for Mousesports to set up to push these 2 players. So, credit to Sunny for setting that one up, and that'll be 6-3 with a FaZe not looking too strong at the moment on the economy.
I had a brief discussion with Liquid Steel yesterday on the desk about how B splits aren't very favored by almost any T side on Mirage. Smokes in connector, a clearance of connector, smokes in CPL. You can have a lurker towards A and to cause some problems there, but separate the two players who might be on the B bomb site, use a numbers advantage. You don't see it. I do wonder why. Maybe it will arise eventually in this match. We have FaZe now with the half buy, heading towards maximum loss bonus. Success is a stranger to them at the moment, and it's not coming for them at the right time. Steps will be heard towards the B bomb site, but there is a focus on the underpass. With old NIP, they would sometimes on the T side throw HE grenades down the underpass instead of flashbangs. I'm not sure if that's what was thrown in this occasion. Yep. On this occasion.
Yeah, it was.
A HE?
Yeah.
Oh, marvelous. Look at me.
Yeah. I see Taz in the old days back on his stream do like a self-pop flash, like running pop flashes into against these players in these positions as well. There's also cool tactical things you can do here. But I like the discipline from FaZe. You know, in a matchmaking game where players aren't as good, like aim-wise, you can just try to push and go for a peek. But against Mousesports who expect it, a quality of players such as this, you can't really get away with it. Chris, though, even though he really knew that players were there, still couldn't get the frag. Nico now with the Deagle causing problems, and Mousesports have just played this too slowly, perhaps. And now FaZe have all of the chances to make a round of this. 40 seconds left, and Mousesports are a downer man.
Yeah, this is a tough situation. They're moving into the B bomb site, and the high ground is with Guardian, and they know he's got a frag from that position with the AK-47. Can they rotate back? There are 30 seconds left. They might want to do that. They know Guardian's in the apartments, and there it is. There's the frag. Oscar has the bomb. He knows where Guardian is. He has no idea where Karrigan is. He does now. And there is the round.
Oh,
these anti-ecos, anti-force buys are looking shaky for Mousesports.
You're talking about the B splits before, and the teams that you see it most from is actually in an anti-eco, anti-force buy situation, and it's North that does it the most, or they were doing it the most when I was last watching them somewhat recently, and that they send their IGL MSL just up short, and the rest of the team goes through apps with the smokes in mid. So you kind of remove some of the variance of mid, but while still having this sort of split going on. So I know that Heroic copied it from them as well. I think it's copied from them. I think a lot of people copy MSL, James.
Well then, Mousesports with a solid position. So here we are. Short is smoked out as well as connector. So they're establishing some map control for the time being. Sunny, is he brazen enough? I think he is. There's one player spotted. Oh. He didn't land the shot. The back of the head, sometimes awkward. And Nico will save his teammate's bacon. That is unfortunate, but it is what it is. 4 versus 4. Guardian picks off. Olofmeister taking Oscar down in the meantime. And that's the bomb lost in the middle area. This push now, there's time to recover it, but he's got to clear these CTs out. Karrigan and Olofmeister remain. Karrigan trying to figure out which way to go. Olofmeister, can he protect the bomb in the middle position? There isn't much map control, not much real estate that FaZe have. Although the longer this goes on, the more exposed Olofmeister is. Aggression, the order of the day, looking for trade fraggers. Perfect movement from Olofmeister.
And he backs away as well. That's the smart choice. Doesn't get overzealous, but still goes down. And oh, there was a chance for Rops, but Karrigan will end it. Again, like super smart of Olofmeister not to get carried away. And there's a lot of people who just go in for the follow-up kill there. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Mousesports can sort of reclaim dominance. They sort of have the bank to do so. So, you know, there's lots of options to be explored. Yeah,
that's... Well, for any of you guys with an angle where you're against an elevated player trying to shoot him in the back of the head, get that burst fire going. Drag that crosshair down. Very unfortunate for him. Sunny taken out elsewhere. Momentum seems to have been cut in half with the Samurai Sword by FaZe. Only one round behind. We see Rain on the Mag 7. Mag 7 on Mirage. When Zeus was playing as a stand-in,
oh no,
he always had a Mag 7 on the B bomb site and didn't have much success.
He had a Mag 7 in every position, James.
Well, I remember
every map.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it didn't go so well. Again, Mousesports head towards the A bomb site. No Nobody in a middle position. Nobody around connector. But there's no eyes in mid from FaZe. They will worry about it. The Max 7 comes out to play. But the playground's closed. Guardian now finally delivering the shots. 2 kills for him. The Molotov will force him out into the open, but force him to kill more players. Oscar on his own, 1 versus 3. It's only he and Guardian on the A bomb site. He needs to move past. The longer he takes, the more CTs there are. His turn to miss a shot. Guardian with a, well, he gets the ace in that round. Finally, he turns up and ties the score for FaZe.
Even though we've seen some hiccups here from Mousesports and some good play from FaZe to recover it, it is actually a tight scoreline. So there is still so much opportunity and so much time in this match, in this final map of this finals, for both sides to find edges. But it's Mousesports that decide to take a timeout here to reassess things and really figure out how they're going to play the following rounds out. See, I think, was it Rob's having a bit of a chin wag there? I think perhaps it was.
Wag.
Right. Refocus. Everyone gets on the same page. And you can see that the money for Mousesports here will only afford them a half buy. But we've seen them do more with less. The deagles on Sunny have been really scary. And he's got a deagle again. He's got some Kevlar and looks like they're going to go for a set piece onto the A site. So this could be interesting. Especially if Guardian has any more hiccups, let's say. But hopefully for his sake he does not. Looks like Guardian has been getting more and more warmed up into this final map. Rain and Nico there as well.
And it begins. FaZe playing music in the A bomb site, but perhaps there's a chance to plant that bomb. Does Guardian overextend to try and stop it? Takes a shot through the smoke, but they will retain the man advantage, FaZe. But how much damage can Mousesports do? They have Kevlar, these 2 players. There's a flash, but again, not really time to pick one up. Sunny with the deagle, trying to do more. Letting a teammate run distraction. Has he got enough bullets? He has! And Mousesports, just like that, are back in the lead. What on earth is going on? A 4K from Sunny. 17 for 9. He is blazing hot at the moment.
The patience that he has with this gun in this position, fantastic. He played it perfectly. That is impressive. That is so impressive from Sunny. His deagle has been incredible in this game of Mirage. And it's absolutely rocked FaZe. Mousesports, they took the timeout, James. I think they took the timeout to discuss how they were going to play this round. This one, not the one before, where they just had a half buy and they're like, well, let's just run in the A site and see what we can get done.
My God, how many deagle kills?
We need a Sunny, like
in one half.
Like,
we need a deglometer.
Exactly right.
He's ruined the money. They've got no money. Only Olaf Meister's got money.
Look how frustrating it is there. You can see that from Nico, a player that I think often wears his heart on his sleeve. So 7-6. What a crazy turn of events here, and a decent amount of money left just due to the nature of that previous round win. Ooh, that's a good start there. Olaf caught by Oscar. I think Olaf was trying to get out the window. They were looking to take a duel, but Oscar's having none of it. Sunny's really had some great rounds. $17 for 9.
How do Mousesports identify where the stack is, or are they going to gamble push? They've got Rops lurking towards Palace. This time he's not going backwards and forwards on the high ground and the low ground. And Mousesports are just playing passive towards mid, but they're running down their own clock in this situation, which is always worrisome. And they're rotating towards the A site as Carrigan is starting to creep up mid. And I do wonder if he has heard some sound cues. There's actually nobody in A right now, but nobody's looking into A from Mousesports. They're lining up some grenades, and 2 CTs are moving deep into the site. There are 4 CTs alive. You see the flank from Carrigan now, spotting a player. Can't quite land a shot, although he was moving around a lot. That makes it a little bit easier. But there's still 3 players to deal with, 2 of which are on the B bomb site. A late rotation from Sunny. Perhaps they'll go towards mid. Molotovs. That's very important. That's going to force one of these players out. Chris J jumping, maybe by accident. Nico with 2 deagle kills. Finally gets taken out, though. 25 seconds left, and Guardian gets a USP kill in mid. What is going on? Is this too much pressure for Mousesports?
Looks like they should be stabilizing now. Guardian does have an AK and an 8 in his face, which is not what he wanted. 8-6. Mousesports looking pretty good for the 9-6 half finish. It is Nico. Doesn't matter if you're in the air, if you're wide peeking him. Like, it doesn't matter. If he's got a deagle, you're gonna die. Okay, so Connery looking a bit better for FaZe. They are lacking some grenades, but otherwise looking pretty good. Orp onto Guardian is always going to be a good sign. Rops and Oscar Orping here for Mousesports.
If you're a fan of Mousesports, the good news is there are no more anti-eco rounds to be had in this half.
I like that they had the double off. They throw one away for the AK, and it's a spray of rain, and the defense is going incredibly well. This is not a good look for Mousesports. FaZe showing them that they are not to be toyed with. Oscar running in mid now, looking for anything, please, anything. But nothing to be found just yet for him. FaZe holding their ground, but Guardian gets caught. That's a very fast shot from Oscar, but I suppose you wouldn't expect any less. There's still a chance here for Mouse.
They have a minute to play with, to toy with. That Molotov goes in the worst place possible, unfortunately for Oscar. He's taken a sniper down in CTA, although they still reign with 5 HP to try and find out what's going on as this B-split comes in. Oscar needs to get around these bricks quickly. He needs to get off that short position, but he's still there. Stiko's slowly creeping. They need to identify where Carrigan is, and quickly. Oscar moving into the site, and there's Stiko taking some damage, but he's still alive. He has to get out of these apartments with the bomb. Oscar moving forward now, 20 seconds. The rotation's coming in for the CTs. They've got to deliver. There's Oscar. Stiko going for a duel, and that's the bomb upstairs with 15 seconds left. He can't afford that duel.
No, this is very, very awkward for Oscar. 8 seconds to go. P250 out, but they're very low. If he gets the frags, maybe there's a chance to just ring around the rosy there as he goes around the bomb site. And looking desperately for the P250 frags, but it will be FaZe to secure round number 7, but still Mousesports leading into the second half. They'll be happy with that, I think. But FaZe, again, I think so much pressure on them. I think they highlighted on the desk very well that for many people, and indeed FaZe themselves, they're going to be looking at this as a finals to lose as opposed to anything else. And Mousesports are playing out of their skin, especially Sunny.
I feel like the nerves are trickling down the backs of Mousesports at the moment. My God. Nothing between the two teams at the moment. P250s, double P250s for FaZe in this pistol round. They've got the ranges on Mirage. They're charging into the A site. Rain's been made a raid boss, but there's Olofmeister with the Glock. That's a good start from him. 2 kills for Olofmeister. Smokes in jungle, smokes in connector. They've got control of the site. Guardians push his way through to CT spawn as well. This will be a difficult retake for Mousesports.
Yeah, very, very difficult. Nice approach from FaZe. In goes Chris, though. Ooh, Olofmeister's having quite the round. Oh my God, he's looking for the ace at this point. Will be stolen away by Rain, but Olofmeister, fantastic quad kill. Very decisive stuff. The P250 is paying off. You can see Olofmeister here kicking things off with the Glock. Now the USB upgrade. Oh, it's clean.
It's beautiful. Beauty. 8-8. The CT side have opted for the force buy. Oscar will have AWP, no Kevlar. Sorry, no helmet. I'm not sure about the Kevlar. Might be okay. In the buy round. Deagles are out again, and who can blame them? Based on all the Deagle kills that they've got on the T side. Sunny, 18 kills so far. A lot of those have been with the mini AWP.
Chris gets some good tags here, actually. And he may have to consider that just being enough for the time being, as his health is quite low. He's got teammates who can do stuff instead. Sunny taking some burn damage. Chris playing the baits. He's done his job. It's up to Sunny now to get some damage in. A 2K would be wonderful for that team. How much can he get from this? He has to play it smart. He's playing it patiently. And it seems like they've overlooked his position. Chris still baiting as much as he can. Now Sunny finds the moment to go. He didn't spot the player above. Oh, Sunny again gets himself a double. And that is pretty huge. But now it's Robs. His teammates couldn't do anything else. So Robs in the 1v3 here with a deagle of his own. And that's the very tagged player. Rain, just one bullet, he's dead. But there's no chance for Robs, it seems. So FaZe actually stabilized fairly well after the shock that is Sunny appearing in your back with the deagle. That was, which must be quite scary at this point.
Eco Town for the Mousesports side. Sunny's opted for another deagle though, and again, you can't really argue with the man because he will shoot you in the face of it. Got some mileage out of it in the previous round. What will he do with it this time? Playing the long range game, it won't be easy to land a shot in such a tight gap. So let's see what FaZe's anti-eco is looking like. Oscar looking for some information. Crab walking with the USP, but he won't get much out of that. Olofmeister adds to his tally. 21 kills now for Olofmeister. Chris J teased, but Carrigan says no. This round looks like it will be a brief one, but I am looking forward to the bye rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be really interesting when we start to see the AWP coming from Oscar. I mean, we've seen it so many times, of just sort of taking control of the game. It's another story entirely to do it against FaZe, as they make it 10-8. So FaZe starting to get some comfort here. As you say, though, Oscar, you know, he's always had his eye on the prize. That's AWP, was saving for it, and he can afford AWP and Kevlar and nothing else.
Well then, Oscar, if there was ever a time for you to turn it up, it was now. He quite fancies himself some connector plays. If you didn't see the league stage of this season, then you missed quite an output from Oscar. Entertainment value was maximum. Stiko must be careful with these peaks, but you can see he tries to make the peak of his arch where he has a look. If he jumps too early, he will be very exposed. That's a really nice smoky put down. It allows his teammates to rotate into the site if they need to via the door position, but somehow Carrigan has made his way through the smoke. That's absolutely absurd. Rob's picked off in the meantime. Sunny focusing on the A side. The bomb's still in T spawn at the moment. 4 versus 3, looking towards connector. He's got a lot to do, forcing his way through. Olofmeister can't get the flash in. Sees the bomb in the ramp now, in a sandwich position with the AK. Sunny is doing so much for his team right now. Absolutely ridiculous. Players to his front, players to his back.
Yeah, that was crazy.
FaZe getting smacked.
I was looking at his position, I'm like, okay, he's trying to chase the second frag here. So he gets like that initial one, and it's okay, the second one's coming around the corner, he has to actually pursue it, and then he's standing here, completely exposed to connector, where there is a guy chasing him. He has to go to sandwich, and he somehow has the presence of mind to do that, and somehow just weaves his way through these delicate timing windows to success. And that's an impressive display, but ooh, he's actually going to make the jump across as well. The AK elevated, dropping off. FaZe looking to challenge into mid. Lots of flashes all over the place. That's a good start from Sunny. The AK really paying off for him.
Oscar's been taking some more respectful positions in this half so far with the AWP. He's not going full FPL mode, but I'm sure there is a big red button next to his computer. See if it comes out later on. Mousesports not afraid to be aggressive versus FaZe. Give them too much respect, and they will take your chain away. Nico one-tapping, forcing Robs forward, trying to crouch peek, rings the bell, but with a UMP, he can't really do too much. 4 on 3. Focused on the A side. I think they're going for the short plant phase because we've got Carrigan lurking ever so slowly. Coming into connector now, trying to catch Sunny on the rotation. The clock continues to tick, not committed to the site just yet, but maybe that will speed things up for FaZe.
It's a great shot from Guardian, but Sunny is not stopping here. That'll be 3 kills for him. He gets 1 with the nade. That's Guardian dead, and a follow-up as well. So Sunny has now got Stiko to play off of in this 2v2. 30 seconds here for FaZe. All of a sudden, things don't look quite so good for them, and This position from Sonny, he's found a perfect timing to maybe get a really good flank, and in fact he stops the bomb! Oh, it's their time here. Nico has to go back for the bomb. This will waste a lot of time. And now we've got Stiko in position towards the shop. Will he be able to find an angle? Sonny also potentially looking for the ace here. And it's going to be the frag for Stiko. What an incredible round and performance from Sonny. Oh my god, the impact. He's on 27 kills, James.
He's on 27 kills. Who is this guy? What a time to peak. What a time to peak. Meister doing his best to catch up with 23 kills. Both these players going nuts. But the score is 10-10. It's FaZe who don't have the money at the moment. We have quite a final on our hands, ladies and gents.
Yeah, there's no mistaking it. Mousesports putting out quite the show. Okay, now this is where people can get a bit greedy.
That's a P250.
Don't sound surprised, James. You've been peddling the P250s all tournament long. Well, perhaps all your life, in fact.
Rain assisted with the Glock. Rain shot him in the head with a Glock, and he was finished off with a P250. That's just not normal. It's not normal.
It is perverse. And this could actually, FaZe can convert this. They're going to try to use the numbers here and play contact. Now, Stiko needs to get the info. He needs to get the info. He's going for the jump peaks. This is very appropriate. Now, what utility does Stiko have to work with? He's got a single flashbang. It's not necessarily ideal, but that can slow them down. He gets the call for his teammates. Some good damage there. This is really scary. Look at the numbers, how he gets overwhelmed. Sonny in for one, but this is indeed still a problem. 4 players alive here for FaZe with the bomb down.
Yeah, that was a less than ideal situation on the B bomb site. How do they get out of these choke points? They might have to wait for Sonny, of course. He's making his way. He's made the short jump perfectly. That's going to save some time, and he can start to cut these players down. There goes Guardian. That's going to force the hand of these players. Meister straight in the face of Rops. Sonny trying to save his teammate. Oscar down to the 1 versus 1. There's a smoke. There's no kit. 10 seconds. He's got a face straight in the face, and Sonny. I think he's got it.
God.
I think he's got it. Sonny can't be stopped. He's got a 4K. He's just racking up these frags. 31 kills now.
Oh, my
that
God.
was a close one.
And he's basically, what, did he use this, just one bullet on the player in shot with the USP as well. Sonny is going absolutely insane in this game.
Sonny rescue service. He just looks like he's not even sure about what he's doing right now.
31 kills.
Imagine if he doesn't make the short jump as well. They don't win the round there.
I mean, that kill on the player jumping across as well. It's very easy to fluff your spray, to overcompensate the spray control as the player's jumping across. There's so many ways to mess these small things up in a highly pressured environment. Yet still, he is holding steady this entire time and keeping his team in this. This is so amazing to watch. 11-10 the scoreline here. Mousesports taking a lead, but they took way too much damage in that previous round. That should not have come so close.
We must also observe that, yes, FaZe indeed did a lot of damage. They heavily impacted the economy of Mousesports. So there is a chance for FaZe to break. It may take 1 round, it may take 2, assuming they are successful in both. We will soon find out. Sonny, what is this performance?
So hype. 31 kills, unbelievable.
FaZe might be going for a shock and awe play towards the A site, it seems. Everybody's here, the whole gang, the whole party, the bus is full, the wheels are turning, the stereo's on. But the police are not far away. CT open for the time being. There goes the smoke. Rops getting the first kill. Sonny is allowing his teammates to run distraction. This is a shooting gallery. It's an execution in a dictatorship. Guardian, 1 versus 4. The bomb is at the feet. He can shoot under the bricks before he throws that Molotov, and that pretty much would have got a kill. But it won't happen on this occasion. He will actually barbecue Oscar anyway. That is one nerd thing that I never see a scenario for. But those in Sandwich, those bricks are they're on a pallet, and you can see unless people are very deep in the corner, you can see their feet through that pallet, shoot them in the foot, then throw the Molotov.
He almost made it. This is kind of nuts. Mousesports are taking a lead again, James. It's like Inferno all over again. They're taking a lead. They're making things work towards the end of the match.
But can they close?
Yeah, that's the question. And now CZs and Smokes will be in play onto A. Mousesports are playing defensively. They're not playing close here, so they should be able to, at the very least, play retake. There's a flank coming in too from T-Spawn.
This time, Mousesports seem content to play the retake. Rop's in a very good position where he can back off in case the pop flash comes in, and it does. Some ground taken by FaZe. They will build some settlements on it, but they may be bulldozed by the likes of Mousesports, and indeed they will. 2 more in CT, but CTs have got flashes of their own, and they don't lose a single player. That is so huge for Mousesports as they move to round number 13.
Yeah, FaZe do manage to get the bomb plant at the very least, but it's sort of one of those like mutual agreements where it's like, okay, you guys can have a bomb plant as long as we don't lose a player. And it's like, you guys need the money, and so do we. So it's just kind of one of those things that works out in that way. You can see that there's a slight surplus in some cases here for FaZe, but that's important to have a surplus where you can. And they'll have a full buy, and I wonder now, does the pressure start to get to FaZe? Like, who will break first? That is the question. I have no idea. Mousesports are in a commanding position at the moment on Mirage, on map 3 of this grand finals.
Stiko on a journey. Now, he bought full grenades, which may be a waste when you're making a play such as this. Something we noted earlier in the tournament, so... I mean, maybe he had them anyway, since they didn't lose a single player in the previous round. He hasn't checked the position properly. He would have seen the player there, but there's only one. So we'll see what comes of that. It's unlikely for Olofmeister to go on an epic journey towards the B bomb site. 2 players towards A. 2 lurkers towards A more or less means an A play. Oh, he's just looking in the wrong place at the wrong time. Finally spots people. He'll see the bomb on the radar as well, but can he escape? No, Guardian shuts him down.
Yeah, that was very awkward. So FaZe with a nice advantage now in this very late round in this match. And they've got plenty of time to exploit it too. And it's really on to Mousesports to start taking risks, go for pushes, make plays. And Oscar's that man, and he'll get shut down by Olofmeister. He was expecting it, lying in wait. So now things look pretty bad for Mousesports, but we can't forget their bank is not looking too shabby after the previous occurrences.
They're heading in the wrong direction. Their lack of information makes them think it's B. And Olofmeister may end up... Oh, the timing may end up wiping them out. Carrigan, though, in connector. This really could go either way. We've seen a flurry of kills before. Olofmeister just minding his own business with his knife, gets a kill, and that should be the round shut down. However, Sunny is the last man standing. The default plant comes in, and there's no cover! There is no cover! There was 16 seconds on the clock, but the trade will be fast from Nico. Ignore the clock after the round. There's a slight bug there, but there were 16 seconds on the clock, so that would have been awkward. Just never know when Sunny's alive in this match.
He's got 34 kills. It's pretty impressive. I am impressed. Color me impressed. Nice from Nico. Really good work. No chance for them. So, 11-13 as FaZe gain another rounds, but the double orbs come out for Mousesports, and all it takes really is a couple good moments for Oscar, and life gets very annoying for FaZe, but they have all kinds of ways to throw wrenches into the works for Mousesports as well. But look at this mid-presence from Mouse. They really don't want to allow it for FaZe, but FaZe are playing a fairly slow pace. Chris has to be careful not to overextend here. Guardian's in position with the orb in mid. Nice flash. Takes him off the angle.
Again, 2 lurkers towards A. And again, that often means it's an A play. But you do wonder if it's just afraid of pushes at this point from Mousesports. Nico could easily rotate the bomb elsewhere from his position. Usual grenades going down in A. Moving up short. Do wonder if they'll try to get a player in the ladder room. See Chris J in a short position. He'll be forced away with the Molotov. Really be hungry to go back. Sunny can jump into the short position. He'll hear Carrigan jumping around the ladder room. Oscar's been picked off elsewhere. Guardian may be picked. The scope will be hurt, but where's the peek? Stiko, can he get both players? Guardian's running away, and he doesn't peek him.
Oh, too much respect maybe for Guardian. Stiko doesn't get the frag, and it's up to Sunny once again with the M4 here to take the challenges, and it doesn't look good for him. There's no real frags being offered up for Sunny in this position. Might have to fall back, and they'll just have to potentially go for a save. There's no frags or peaks. There's nothing. FaZe are playing this perfectly with discipline. And that's Sunny dead out the picture. Stiko now must try to survive. Oh, he's being hunted though. The dogs have been set on Steeko.
This is good damage though. This is good damage because FaZe's money is not great. As Mousesports are sent towards Eco Town, FaZe will have to spend some more money. So again, we're getting to the clutch rounds of the match. And the money starting to go down to the wire. If Mousesports can somehow find a way to get 1 kill, maybe 2 kills in this round, then it will be a curious situation as we head towards an eventual winner.
Robs to just drop a deagle for Sunny. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Feel like he's earned it, you know, at this point. He's earned it. But instead he's relegated to the P250.
34 frags in regulation. So it was Nico, I think, 40 bomb was the most in regulation. In a high-profile tournament. Perhaps that will be beaten in the grand finals with Nico on the server as well.
No, yeah, against FaZe is kind of a ridiculous statistic to have.
9 nations represented from these 10 players. Presumably a connector smoke. Yes, it is. No smoke grenades for Mousesports, but some peeks. Have a look and see what Chris J chooses to do. The clock is ticking for FaZe, and the numbers are towards the A side for the CT side. The idle equipped. Oh, Rain, that's beautiful, man. That is as handsome as Rain is.
That's what he does. The burst fires. The movement is great, and there's not much left for Mousesports, but they did not invest really anything, so that's expected. That's fine. Steeko just looking to see what, you know, just do whatever he can possibly do from this position. He will get a shutdown eventually. 13-13, FaZe close the distance finally and equalize, but it is a Mousesports who can once again buy. And so we're really getting into the most pivotal rounds of this series. Or rather, I suppose this map. It's a better way to put it.
Well, at this point, they are the most pivotal rounds of this series because these rounds will crown a winner. Oscar on the AWP once again. Dropped by Rops, who had 6,600 in this round. But at this point, with a minute 45, the grenade is not spectacular, but it might all be about the kills. Where is Sunny? I have no idea. In the middle area, and he has no fear whatsoever. Dancing around the boxes. Doesn't know the situation there, but there are some grenades. FaZe without control of mid. Nobody in the underpass. Guardian just holding B for the time being with the AWP. And look at the creep from Mousesports. 2 players now getting aggressive, but they know Guardian's lurking somewhere, but they don't know where. So they won't go for a peek. This is a common position for Tees to hold when there's no presence in mid. But at what point will they start to move? They may be close enough to hear this rotation away from A. They'll certainly hear the bomb get dropped on the floor.
Yeah, FaZe sort of really lacking that map control right now. I wonder if it's going to hurt them. They're going to try to re-explore options into middle with Olofmeister. They're playing defensively, looking for the pushes. How greedy will Mousesports get, though? That's the question. Or how much patience do they have? Are they satisfied with the current positioning?
It looks like a fake is going to be sold with 2 players outside the A bomb site. Will that pull rotation away? If it will, then it's going to leave Steeko alone in the B bomb site. He's still having a look at what's going on. He'll probably drop a smoke in front of him where he's standing now if he sees someone. And there's Karragan in the A side. 3 players here on A, but Rain and Karragan, they get 2 frags. Steeko's still alive. He's dropped that smoke down, but he doesn't win the duel with Guardian.
That was pretty huge. Really nice peek there from Guardian. And now Sunny once again making a jump across, just barely escaping. 3 peeks Nico, that's heinous. And Oscar is the one to try to punish, and he will. That's a really nice flick, but it is consolation. Surely Oscar doesn't fancy his chances here. He's too far away. And FaZe, after a very slow round with almost no map control, they really make that sort of fake work. As you said, you know, Steeko isolated in the 2v1. Worked out perfectly. Really nice calling there from FaZe.
It's insane that Guardian wins that duel with a crouch peek. It's
yeah,
absolutely insane. At that range, just Guardian things. That's why he's on FaZe. That is why he is on FaZe. Any range is good range for Guardian.
Okay, now things get really weird for Mousesports because they've got the AWP. Do they force around it?
I mean, they can full buy next round against match point, and they've got to win 2 rounds, or they can buy around this AWP and have a crap buy. They'll have an AWP in the last round regardless. So I think they have to play against match point with a full buy, because they're going to have loads of money next round. They're going to have pretty much everything they want. So it feels like it would be suicide to me. It'd be harakiri if they went for a force buy in this round.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right in this case. And it looks like so do they. Just the AWP here from Oscar, but sometimes just the AWP is enough. We've seen it a bunch of times before. Sunny, Kevlar, and CZ, but no one else really investing a single thing. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. Okay, so we do get the half buy around the AWP. Good play to make. No deagles, actually. Some 5-7s. Oscar going really aggressive. Oh my god. He means business. Straight up into a deep angle. Oh, the flick is missed. That could have been massive. They're trying to trade it out, but it's Oscar who will be able to sacrifice Sunny, keep himself alive, and get the frag. Stiko now in a decent position as well with a P250. They have to be careful. Olafmeister almost down, and Guardian makes it work, but Chris is there.
FPL mode activated by Oscar. 1T in the sight. There's a CT on short. Again, Chris J has to dance between the windows of B and not getting shot by Guardian. But Oscar has his angle now, so we can focus on Guardian on bench. But Chris J will have to make sure that Guardian doesn't make his way towards Oscar's position as well. The smoke's down. That might make life hard for Chris J. Not sure where it is. In the meantime, Rops is still over towards the A-bomb site. Not quite sure what's going on. All they know is that Guardian is here. They have no idea who else is here. Chris J taking some gambles. Straight in the face, baby. And now he's got an AWP as well. Jump Peaks has all the information. That means the third man can rotate. Oscar's gone. Chris J at close range. Way too awkward an angle. A flying Karrigan might be enough. Rops, who else in this situation? 1 versus 2. The buy comes in next round regardless, but boy, would he love to win this round.
Yeah, they don't have an AWP here, so I think that helps his chances. Oh, that needed to be instant. But Nico turns around and takes down Robs with ease. Double orbs there for FaZe on this potentially last round, just spending the money. And obviously they can use those for some timings and have like an AK, an additional AK in spawn. They got so much money. And then throw away the second AWP and collect the AK after they're done with it.
I feel like any other stage of the tournament and Rops gets the kill there. You know? Potentially. There is a PC which is disconnected, so there was a technical pause, and hopefully we will resume soon, but sheesh, this is like, I don't know, man.
Oh,
this is going to put 10 years on all these Mousesports players, no matter what the result is.
But hang on, Oscar's joined. He's joined FaZe, James. It's all over. The world is going to come to an end. Oscar's on FaZe. I know, but it's yes, it was all about the gamble in the end, you know, to try to get that last 4 buy, win those last 2 rounds. But it must be so exhausting, just tugging on their heart, essentially, having these chances. And like you said, when Karrigan jumped through the window, I feel like Chris J is so unlucky in that spot just because of the angle. It's very unusual that someone's going to be completely directly above you, which is very awkward.
That's like the worst angle possible. Because once Karrigan jumps past the initial window, Chris J's like at the maximum mouse height, and he needs to do a 180 and drag his mouse down to try and like shoot the middle of Karrigan, essentially. So unless, I don't know, you got to have the fastest reactions. That absolutely sucks for Chris J. But it's great for FaZe. They came into this tournament as the favorites, and now they find themselves at match point.
Oh, that frag on Oscar. Oscar's holding that angle with an AWP. Let's not forget. So that's actually insane from Karrigan.
Sunny, oh no, not like this, surely. Oscar fighting for it though. Again, that is the FPL mode Oscar. He has been activated, and he's got to bring his team back into this match.
There is a solid chance here. If FaZe decide to actually commit through the apartments and Stiko has a good first engagement, there is a real chance. There's a rotation into the shop as well from Oscar, no less. And FaZe are going into the B site. They're committing into the defense. Stiko makes it happen on number 1. There's number 2 as well. And all of a sudden, FaZe are having problems. Stiko doesn't stop. Out comes the pistol. He needs no man to help him out. Stiko gets it done. The quad kill, unbelievable to get so much value. But one more. They need one more for overtime. Can FaZe hold their nerve to close this one in regulation?
Stiko changed his position to the other side of the window and left him exposed to the flashbangs coming in slightly more. But look at what he did in that situation. Are we going to see overtime again? This is stressful. This is the last tactical timeout for FaZe. This is stressful. Oh my god. FaZe have a good buy. They have Guardian on the AWP. They have 4 AKs out. Olaf Meister's on 33 kills. Sunny is on 35 kills. Despite Guardian's false start, if you will, earlier on in this map, he's on 25 himself. It is Mousesports who will be experiencing shortcomings. They do have the double ops. One is on the floor, but Rops is down to a French gun, playing for overtime in maybe the biggest tournament of your life in terms of how far they've got.
I'm so happy that we get to see like the best possible buys for both teams essentially into this very, very decisive round.
Rops has a FAMAS, but we're close.
I mean, they got double ops, man. They got ops on Chris and Oscar. That's all you need. That's all you need. Now, Chris is looking to investigate into mid here, into this still sort of early round. Olaf will slowly arrive through the underpass. Investigation. Oh! Sunny wins that 1v1. I thought Olaf Meister was just straight locked onto his head, but no.
36 frags. 37
wow.
frags. Sunny is a sentry. Sunny is playing like he's the only person with a primary weapon in this round. He's just running around, he's seeking and he's destroying. He's a Dalek on steroids. What do you do now, FaZe? 3 versus 5. All you've pretty much seen is Sunny. Chris J has been heard running around, and that will, maybe he was a bit excited there. A mistake on his part, perhaps. Now Carrigan's got connector. 3-man split of the A site being attempted. Oscar creeping around the bricks. Got to be careful though, because I don't think anyone's covering the Palace position, so they will use the numbers advantage and keep it passive. They will allow players to come up the ramp. Look at the time on the clock. There's 15 seconds left.
The tension here. I mean, they know, Muscles know that they have to be moving in soon. They have to make a move. Oscar has been holding this angle for so very long. And there's the plant. Oh, wow. How does he hit that one? Nico's in the Palace. The bomb did get planted, though, so that is massive. Now Carrigan needs to get something from this. He does. The headshot onto Sunny. The problem, Sunny is no longer a problem. Nico now is the problem for Mousesports as he gets another frag and he can just wait in this position. There's no incendiary to deter him, but now it's all Nico as he pushes forwards. They have to get on the defuse. There's not much time left here for this. They're holding it. Nico has to stop this. He has to stop it, but it's Rops to stop it for the overtime. Mousesports, the story's not over for them or for FaZe. Oh my goodness.
Holy potatoes. 37 kills in regulation for Sunny. And maybe Nico will at least breathe one sigh of relief on that front. Oh my god. Oh my
to take a
god.
breather, please.
This was supposed to be a relaxed tournament in Cancun, and these guys are putting out maximum pressure. This is ridiculous.
Where's the timeout, James? I need a timeout. Where's the commentator timeout?
Double sniper rifles continue for Mousesports on the CT side. Great jump there by Chris J. No smokes up top mid just yet. So he will enjoy his angle. Guardian, has he been spotted by Stiko? He continues to advance. Stiko, got to be careful. You can't jump up there for free.
Guardian, he knew that was going to happen. He set it up. Stiko fell into the trap. And now with the man advantage once again, and let's not forget, a minute, just under a minute and a half to play a man advantage. That's the dream. That's a dream scenario for a T side. Sunny goes investigating, doesn't make it work. Nico shuts him down. Nico, big presence from Palace. How do they stop this? How on earth can Mousesports stop this push?
Rops in CT. Chris J in mid, but he's jumping into CPL, which means the short plant is now available. 5 versus 3. Every angle being covered by FaZe Clan. Rops jumping up. getting shut down. And because they bought that blocks in the first round, this might have to be a safer Mousesports, despite the pick from Oscar. And there goes Oscar. And I think he had to get out of there anyway, really. It's a very expensive buy from the CT side, and they don't have much to gain by sticking around. They've lost everything, and that leaves them in a really bad situation going into round 3. But first will come round 2.
Whew, there's a good start there for FaZe. Looked really nice. But as you can see, sort of spiraled out of control with the loss of Steeko from that jump, and perhaps that's the kind of mistake that could really cost Mousesports massively. As you say, going for the double up straight away is very expensive. And the money for Mousesports now is completely crippled.
Yeah, there's nothing left in the bank. If they lose this, then a 3-0 is all but guaranteed. Maybe you'll see Sunny on a deagle, but he'll have a hell of a lot to do. The smoke grenade, Olofmeister deploys, doesn't collide with Sunny there, and Sunny wins the duel. Olofmeister off to a good start as well. Rops dueling in the CT area, and the kills are raining in for Mousesports. Guardian with 1 frag, can he get any more? Rops doesn't need to re-engage, he can just have presence and allow his teammates to rotate, to surround Guardian. There's no way he gets a bomb down in this situation. Rops peaks with perfect timing. And that is exactly the round that Mousesports needed. I didn't want to see another 3-0 whitewash in overtime, as we saw towards the end of the last map.
Ooh, nice. Not always easy to hit those. But maybe it is for Oscar. Oscar finds everything easy in Counter-Strike. 16-16. And we'll get to see, as you say, it's like a situation where both teams can have the full buy still. That's a bit cheeky, going for some interesting wall bangs there, but...
Cheeky.
FaZe actually trying to push short pretty quickly here. Chris, will he actually turn around in time?
Did he see Rain on the radar? Surely he saw Rain on the radar. Might take a second to realize it. And I think he has realized, yes. Rain was spotted on the radar. A dot has appeared, or maybe a question mark. Sunny. Good for 1 kill. Pop flash towards the ramp position. That'll buy some time, and Guardian has dropped the bomb because Rops has taken him out by force. Nico's been spotted, but there is an obscure vision from the flashbang. Carrigan 1 versus 3, trying to do all that he can, but Oscar will finish him off. Mousesports take the lead, moving into the second half of overtime. 40 kills for Sunny.
Oh my god. But the problem is, we have this question in our minds. We've seen this before, James. We saw how utterly crushed Mousesports were after the defeat on Inferno when they had these positions of advantage. I don't think this is quite as severe in this case, but still, they've got a lead. Let's see if they can hold the focus. Let's see if FaZe can also hold their composure and focus. They have looked troubled as well. Movement towards the B apartments there. FaZe actually have 2 players towards short as well as Carrigan sitting at the back of B. Mousesports going for the B split, perhaps.
This has got to be a deliberate smoke from Nico. This is not the first time we've seen that gap. And that is the smoke CT's throw as a response to a T side trying to take connector. So that's got to be a deliberate thing. Steeko, can he trade? He can, but will he expect a second player? No, he won't. 4 versus 2 as Mousesports are in the B bomb site. We see the B split finally, and the bomb's getting planted.
Yeah, those are some really awesome setups from FaZe, but there is still a chance here for Mousesports. The 2v3 after plunk. Oscar's still alive. So is Chris for the time being. Ooh, that is very scary there. Guardian with a very solid tag onto Oscar. Chris now has to go for the pursuit here, looking to take down that player in the shop, but little does he know, he's already pushed through the window. That leaves Oscar isolated on the site here. There's the info for Chris. He gets taken down. It's a matter of fragging now for Oscar. There's one. The second one will not follow. Guardian shuts him out. And there's time for the defuse. FaZe make it work.
The smoke grenade in front of the window was a mistake. Kind of like when you smoke the gap in the wall on Dust 2. It allows the CTs, it makes it easier for them to get through that choke point. I mean, he didn't throw it towards short because of the Molotov, but he could have thrown it in front of the Molotov. Or not thrown it at all, but I mean, it could have worked out for the T side with Chris J coming through the smoke. Guardian was aware of it, but Guardian was helped out of the window by the smoke in the first place. 17 apiece. I have no idea which way this is going, but I'm enjoying watching, although it is painful at the same time.
It is
but painful
crazy.
in a beautiful way. Olofmeister's turn to make the short jump. High explosive grenade, but nothing doing now. Olofmeister gets a pick. Sunny taken out towards top mid. Stiko was there as well. Oh, the angles! Carrigan, no standing on Vans. Rops knows his angles, but he didn't get the kill. Maybe the kill he deserves. Definitely the kill they need.
It's an awkward position for Mousesports, but at least they have just over a minute to try to work it into some form of an advantage. I'm glad they didn't commit towards B. It's always very awkward through apps if you've got no split and no advantage on numbers. Towards the A site will be the committed play for Mousesports as they set things up. But the setup for FaZe, I think, is pretty decent here. They've got a player in Shadow, CT, more or less all the positions you'd like. Rain is very menacing from this spot. Guardian as well. Surely there'll be a flashbang or a smoke to get him off this angle, surely.
No smokes remain, and those flashes are way too far away to flash him for a significant amount of time. He'll get his bell rung, though, through the corner, but he's still a problem. The Molotovs are flying in. Rain is on fire, and now he's absolutely dead. Nico supporting. The smokes have gone. There's no bomb plant just yet. 27 seconds left. 3-on-3. Loads of players are tagged. Carrigan delivering with the AWP as well. 2 AWPs, 2 laser. Laser-pointed guns driving through the site. 15 seconds to get the bomb down. Nowhere is safe. Oscar has to cover for the default plant. He has to. Does Guardian reaggress? Oh, the double grenade from Olofmeister. 6 points for that one, and match point to boot.
That grenade just killed, like, diffused so much tension there. I was still expecting potentially some sort of a play to be made, but there it is, the money grenade. Absolutely stunning. What a throwing arm. One more round for FaZe. One more round for FaZe. 2 UMP to Mousesports. Looks like they're going to just go in for a fast play onto the A site. This could be it. This could be the end of the road for Mousesports. Or perhaps it could be the beginning of another overtime.
Double UMPs. They need to shorten that range. Do you see how Rain just blocks that grenade? Shout out to Sliggy observing as well. Guardian taking out one of the AKs, actually. Sunny will trade. Of course it's Sunny, but Rain, there's no way to check for him. They can't trade either. Rain, of course, 4 versus 2, doing more damage, leaving Oscar with a UMP. He's got to pick up a rifle, surely, going past the connected area. This is the end of the line for Mousesports. FaZe, after a massive best of 3, shut down the dreams, desires of Mousesports and take the championship. They came into it as the favorites, and finally they prevail.
But is it in the way that they wanted? Wow. I can't imagine the emotions going through Mousesports at the moment. They have been crushed not once but twice in this grand final, James, but I hope at least at the end of this, after a couple of days, they start to reflect and really realize how much potential they have and how far they've come, and really just appreciate that.
Man,
It's insane.
I'm a Mousesports fanboy. I was rooting for Mousesports all through that, and boy, did they put up a performance. I thought that they were my dark horse for this to win this tournament. It was never going to be easy versus FaZe, but they really took FaZe to the absolute limits, and I think it's quite fitting that Rain just shuts him down towards the end there.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened towards the end of Inferno as well. It's just this point where Rain's like, enough's enough. And I can't imagine sort of respect as well between these players. I mean, they pushed one another to a limit that is pretty unbelievable here in the grand finals. What a show. We didn't have a single overtime until the grand finals. Then we get just every overtime possible.
Make sure you guys stay tuned in. There will be an award ceremony soon once the winning team go upstairs. Man, that was quite a performance.
It really was, and it was also so cool to see Sunny just coming into his own, because I was wondering, you know, after the first couple maps, Sunny, first 2 maps he sort of disappeared. Semis was great, but third map he showed he is absolutely a beast.
Over to Parla to see what questions he has for these teams.
Thank you very much, James. First and foremost, everybody in the room, put your hands together for FaZe Clan, our Season 4 ECS champions. Well deserved. Now, we have a very special ceremony now, leading into something a bit more special shortly. So we've got some medals to hand over to the players. We've got Cass representing Face It for this. Let's start with Ladislav. You've shown today that on the server, you were the strongest Slovakian. Congratulations. Two. Yes, Stiko. Olive, please. Harvard, you truly made it rain on your opponents. And there was no way you were going to lose.
Thank you, brother.
Nico, you're very good at Counter-Strike.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Carrigan, it's great to see you as a dog of war. And today, you were the Great Dane.
Nice, man.
It's a breed of dog. Olaf, you're the man. And today, you represented FaZe Clan in the highest of orders. You are the Meister. Everybody, round of applause once again for FaZe Clan. We will be speaking to them in a bit more detail shortly. For now, let's head back upstairs.
Oh my god, I am exhausted. I don't even know how they've done it.